Hello my dear students, in this lecture we are going to see one previous year GATE numerical. This question was asked in GATE 2008 for 2 marks on the psychometry. The question is a moist air, the meaning of moist air is it is a mixture of water vapor and dry air. Moist air at a pressure of 100 kilopascal. Now here the initial pressure of moist air is 100 kilopascal, means total pressure, right? 100 kilopascal is compressed to 500 kilopascal. Now my dear students, here the initial pressure is 100 kilopascal, that is total pressure, atmospheric pressure, and final pressure is total atmospheric pressure is 500 kilopascal. Let us say, if I draw temperature versus entropy diagram, right? On temperature versus entropy diagram, there will be a liquid vapor dome as there is a moist air. Now initial pressure is P1, let us say P1, which is nothing but 100 kilopascal, and it is compressed to the P2, which is nothing but 500 kilopascal, right? Now the air at the entry to the after cooler is unsaturated and becomes just saturated at the exit of after cooler. Now my dear students, let us say from 1 to 2 it is compressed like this, and compression is reversible adiabatic always, that is entropy remains constant. Now from 1 to 2 it is the compression, right? And what they are seeing, the air at the entry to the after cooler is unsaturated and becomes just saturated at the exit of after cooler. Means from 2 to 3 there is a after cooler, and after cooler is a constant pressure process, and at the entry of after cooler air is unsaturated, it is not saturated, right? Means it is in vapor state, and after cooler it just becomes saturated, means the point 3 will be on dry saturated vapor state, point 3 will be somewhere here, right? And 2 to 3 is constant pressure process. 1 to 2 is reversible adiabatic process, 2 to 3 is constant pressure process, means P2 is equal to P3, and 2 to 3 is a after cooler, right? The saturation pressure of water at 35 degrees Celsius. Now 35 degrees Celsius is nothing but temperature at 3, they have mentioned here, and then cool to 35 degrees Celsius, means from 2 to 3 it is cooled to 35 degrees Celsius, means final temperature is 35 degrees Celsius. We can say temperature T3 is equal to 35 degrees Celsius, right? And now the saturation pressure of water at 35 degrees Celsius is 5.628 kilopascal. That means we can say the saturation pressure at 3 is equal to 5.628 kilopascal. This is the saturation pressure, and it is saturated only. Means here at 3 the vapor pressure PV3 is nothing but saturation pressure, because at 3 it is in saturation condition, right? It is not in vapor state. Now there is a phase change starts just at 3, therefore it is in saturation condition, therefore vapor pressure is equal to saturation pressure at 3, right? Then the partial pressure of water vapor in kilopascal in the moist air entering the compressor is close to. Now they are asking what will be the partial pressure of water vapor at entry to the compressor, and entry to the compressor is 0.1, therefore they are asking PV1, right? At 1 what will be the vapor pressure. Now let us solve for this. Now my dear students, here we can say at point 1, 2 as well as 3, 8 phase change has not started, but at 3 it is the just start of phase change, but actual there is no phase change, right? Means from 1 to 2, 2 to 3 the total mass of air and vapor will remain same as it is, therefore specific humidity, which is nothing but mass of vapor divided by mass of air, right? Now this mass of vapor at 1 and mass of air at 1 will remain same as it is at 2 also, that is mass of vapor at 2 divided by mass of air at 2 will also remain as it is at 3 also, mass of vapor at 3 divided by mass of air at 3. That means the specific humidity will remain same, because 8 the condensation has not started. Once the condensation started, then mass of vapor decreases and mass of air remains constant, so specific humidity decreases once the condensation started after 3, we can say. But from 1 to 2 to 3 there is no condensation, there is only vapor state, therefore the specific humidity remains same, and the specific humidity formula is nothing but again 0.622 PV divided by P atmosphere minus PV. This is the formula to find specific humidity. So let us put these specific humidity results in this equation, right? Now my dear students, I will use these results to find PV1, right? Now apply this formula for various conditions at 1, at 2 and at 3. Now therefore the specific humidity omega is equal to 0.622. If I write PV1, then at PV1 pressure, total pressure is P1 minus PV1. If I write 0.622, if I write PV2, then at PV2 total pressure is P2 minus PV2, right? Again, if I write PV3, which is equal to 0.622, if I write PV3, then at PV3 total pressure is P3 minus PV3, right? Likewise, we can write, right? Therefore, the specific humidity is equal to 0.622 PV1 divided by P1 minus PV1 is equal to. Now here, what I am doing, I will equate equation number 1 with equation number 3, because we have PV3. We have PV3 because at 3 it is under saturated condition. Therefore, PV3 is equal to saturation pressure at 3, right, which is given in the question. Therefore, is equal to 0.622 PV3 divided by P3 minus PV3, right? So let us simplify this equation, right? Here 0.622 0.622 will get cancelled from all sides, right? PV1 need to be calculated. Therefore, we can say PV1 divided by P1, pressure at 1 is 100 kilopascal. 100 kilopascal minus PV1 is equal to, now PV3 is saturation pressure at 3, which is equal to 5.628. Therefore, let us put this 5.628 divided by P3. My dear students, 2 to 3 is a constant pressure process. Therefore, pressure at 2 is 500 kilopascal. Therefore, P3 is also 500 kilopascal. Therefore, P3 is 500 minus 5.628. Now, in this total equation, only PV1 is unknown, right? In this total equation, if you check, only PV1 is unknown. So my dear students, let us solve this equation for PV1. Now here I am not going to solve this equation because it is your calculation, right? Now if you are not able to solve such equations, then it is a big problem for you in the GATE examination. GATE examination is for those who are very good with such type of calculations. These are very school level mathematics, right? Therefore, if I solve for PV1, then I will get this PV1 is equal to 1.125 kilopascal, because all the pressures are in kilopascal. Therefore, look at the options. Now, therefore, this PV1 is approximately equal to, we can say, 1.13 kilopascal, which is nothing but option B. Therefore, for this question, option B is the correct choice. Thank you, dear students. In next lecture, we will see one more numerical on this topic.